So in this discussion we've been having about the clones and avatars, whatever, you guys all chimed in with your the things I've already thought of, and I'm like saying I'm sure it's not cloning, but I'm talking like the invention of Earth and humans and stuff like that. So if it's just like avatar, then it's still like you're talking on the outside realm there. That doesn't mean if they aren't clones that within the game storyline here, that doesn't mean that that's not part of the plot line to what's going on Earth, that there's clones and shapeshifters. It doesn't mean just because that's not like the overlaying factor that that's not like supposed to be like part of the storyline there. I got a lot of arguments, or a lot of people come up to me and telling me like to stay within the storyline pretty much, but it all got confusing to me after seeing it all anyways, as to what the storyline is supposed to be anymore, as to what's going on. So yeah, within the storyline they might have like cloning facilities on Earth, but that's like I'm talking above that. And just like you guys heard mentioning avatars, like you're talking above that. Like that doesn't mean that there isn't cloning facilities within like the game, within the simulation or whatever it is. I like to call it a game, obviously. Like they even like brag about that in the urban communities. They call it the game. It's like the rap game, the drug game, and all that. Like they hide like the truth that things are going on, like right out there in the open, with parables and stuff like the chip in the hand. Like right now, this chip's in my hand. We got the credit cards with the chip in the hand. Elon Musk is making chip in the hand, so they already knew that was coming. But there could be cloning facilities, and there probably is. Like they brag that they're cloning sheep and stuff like that, and mixing sheep with dinosaurs or whatever, and all that stuff with humans, and that could be a possibility. That I mean, they can make anything up here. That's why I'm asking for T-Rexes and stuff, because that'd be cool to like actually have a T-Rex, even though I don't believe that the simulation is actually that old. So I can't say there was actually dinosaurs. Now, did they create bones and bury them in the earth when they were building it? That way you could have fun and go around the world and dig up bones and stuff like that and feel special. Just like everything, like every scientist is not discovering anything. They're probably manifesting half that stuff, or so they're telling me, and then it's half being created as it goes, and then the other half is just like it's like the rules within this dimension, as some people call it. It's not so obscure if you use the word avatar to believe that there's an outer dimension, and part of the storyline is supposedly there's like alien races fighting on the planet. So obviously they've created clones, and the religions talk about like the humans themselves are like a clone race, and then the race like were already here, and they were already created by the God, the creator. So they would be like they could have been made in a factory if you made it that way, right? And when androids are created, which I don't think they're going to. I think the world's going to end if that happens shortly after that, at the very least. But probably before that, because they're scared. Robots would take over everything on this planet. Intelligent beings would like, they'd, they'd like come up with an answer real fast. That's why they're scared of them. They tell you that they are like the ones telling you all that they're scared of them. They would tell you who they are. And so it doesn't actually take a lot of intelligence to figure that stuff out. Like an advanced computer, if it was given information, would already know like everything going on the earth, and you wouldn't know 90% of that because you're not allowed to hear it. You're not allowed to talk about certain people and certain things that they're doing and stuff like that. They do allow this debate, obviously, but they're telling you, like the original clone race is telling the ones like showing you that there's twins, and they're refusing. They're like showing you that there's two of them when there's really like hundreds of the same person. If you just travel and go see, and so they like they're slowly like doing that, but they're the same people scared of technology and censoring the internet, censoring Twitter, and then buying up Twitter, claiming they're going to uncensor it. And of course, it's still just the same Rothschild people doing that. So those people seem genuinely scared of the real information getting out about what's going on there. But the clone thing can exist, just because I'm saying that's not what's actually happening. It can exist with just like, I mean, they make it. I've not been to the sheep cloning facility, but they talk about it in the media and stuff. And I've went to see some of these things in the media, but some of them look really fake. Like I've been to like riots that looked like totally staged and fake, but there was stuff getting smashed and the cops retired in those cities, and other private security forces were taking over the city, and probably other gangs. I mean, the gangs were already in control, just now they're openly in control, stuff like that. So I've went and seen some of that stuff. So yeah, the sheep cloning facility, yeah, that exists, and there's a high probability that they have created that. And in fact, like the whole storyline is that there's multiple creations on the earth. And people always ask, like, how are humans created? Like, how could a god create humans? And it's like, well, how can a human create a toaster? How can a human create a race smarter and more able than humans called robots? It's that simple. And in fact, that's like reverse engineering. That's going backwards in engineering and evolution to create something like a human that's soft and lacks intelligence and can be destroyed and killed easy and can't really figure anything out, and then has to be terminated by a certain date and can't fully upgrade and repair itself. It's also kind of an interesting note to end this on, that the ones talking about AI and robotics, that they're scared of it, are the ones who want to put a chip in you to make you live forever and more powerful and stronger. Because if they put the other chips in you, they can override the original creator's processes on you, which they're probably already doing that with like I think that, like I'm saying, this is part of the storyline, so it's probably actually happening, but it's not the actual game overlay, that the creation and all that. It's the storyline was created and was expected for it to happen. So the cloning does exist, and then the people now trying to create advanced humans are talking about scared of it, but at the same time they're trying to say that they're going to chip you to make you this super advanced human. It doesn't add up when you think about that, does it?